Barb looks out the window, and a tin box containing her husband's ashes rests on the table. She gets up and picks up a photograph of her younger self with her husband, Carl. She sees the photo with a smile on her face. Afterward, she leaves the cabin and gets in her truck while it is freezing winter outside. Barb sets out for Lake Hilda, but there is a heavy blizzard outside. She loses her route to the lake and tries to locate it on a map. Hence, she stumbles upon a lone cabin in the middle of nowhere. She gets out of her car only to find a man chopping wood nearby. The man is startled by her presence, but Barb calms him down, telling him that she lost her way to a Lake Hilda and asks if he knows the direction. The man says it is back over the hill. Barb then softly asks him about the blood spilt on the snow. The man replies that it was deer's blood. Thereafter, she gets back to her car and leaves for Lake Hilda for fishing. Moments later, she arrives at the destination and remembers the time when she visited this very lake with her boyfriend on her first date when they were young. She then takes off her bag and looks around, having flashbacks of her unforgettable past. She then drills into the icy ground and starts fishing. Recalling her beautiful memories, she breaks down in tears. But just then, she hears a gunshot in the distance which catches her off guard. She promptly rushes to her car and hides behind it. To her shock, she discovers the same man who guided her to the lake, firing at a young woman. He holds her hostage and takes her back to his cabin. Scared, Barb loads her belongings into the truck and drives off. However, the truck later becomes stuck in the snow, shattering Barb's hope to escape. The hopeless Barb takes out her phone, but there was no network. Later, hiding in the bushes, Barb keeps a close eye on the man who leaves in his car. As the man left, Barb rushed to his house, but the doors were properly locked. Just then, she heard a cry from inside the house, so she removed the window only to find the same young woman whom the man had taken forcefully, held captive in the basement. Meanwhile, 2 vehicles arrived at the cabin, compelling Barb to hide. A young woman whose name wasn't revealed throughout the movie got out of the truck. In the narration, we will call her a Purple Lady for better understanding. The Purple Lady enters the house and turns out to be the man's wife. She checks on the kidnapped lady. The man told his wife that she kidnapped the lady from the alley and no one saw it. Barb saw them secretly. Later, she wrote a note on the window, promising that she wouldn't leave her. Afterward, Barb returned to her stranded truck. The Purple Lady starts bleeding from her nose, seemingly suffering from a fatal disease. While blowing her nose, she spots a mitten lying on the ground, and a few steps ahead, she discovers a note on the window. She rushed back into the house, questioning her husband about the mitten and who came over there when she wasn't at home. The man told her that an elderly lady who lost her way to Lake Hilda stopped by and she seems to have dropped it. The Purple Lady turns furious and loads her rifle. The Purple Lady and her husband arrive at the lake, pointing the rifle at a cabin set up by Barb. The Tyrant Lady orders her husband to go and check the cabin, but the man falls into the lake, unaware that Barb set up all this. Before long, the Purple Lady pulls him out of the lake while Barb sees them from a safe distance through the binoculars. Taking advantage of the situation, she slips into the house and starts searching for the girl. She breaks down the door, reaching the cellar tumbling. She removes the tape from the lady's mouth, then looks for the keys. She goes upstairs, turns on the tap, puts out the fire, and removes the curtain, allowing the freezing wind to rush in. Then, she steps outside to find something that can break the lady's handcuffs but gets shot in the arm by the Purple Lady. Despite the injury, Barb manages to hold herself together and escape. By the time the Purple Lady and her husband return home, the house is turned into a refrigerator due to the running water and the cold air pouring in. The man starts shivering with cold as he has been suffering from hypothermia. Barb returns to the cabin in the lake with her injured arm. There she recalls the members when Carl had proposed to her in this very lake. Near the trap, she comes upon man's gun and keeps it with her. The man's condition starts deteriorating, but the heartless lady has nothing to do with it, asking the man to unload the supplies and bring it to the lake. She forces her husband that they need to reach Little Fork by morning, and he knows what can happen if they miss the surgeon. the purple lady forces the girl to get in the car. Meanwhile, the man reveals to the lady that he lost his gun, angering the purple lady even more. Later, the man drags the supplies to the lake while Barb sees this by hiding in the distance. Discovering that no one is home, Barb again sneaks into the purple lady's house to free the young lady, but she doesn't find her there in the cellar. However, she stumbles upon some medical equipment using which she manages to stitch her bleeding wound. Afterwards, she gets out of the house and breaks the window mirror of the purple lady's car with a hammer. Inside, she contacts the police and informs them about a kidnapping. She tells the cop that she is near Lake Hilda and she is wounded too. In the meantime, the man arrives and violently pulls a Barb out of the car. However, she also retaliates. She takes him at gunpoint, questioning him why he is doing this. To which the man replies that it's not him but his wife. She makes him do it. The man reveals that she is sick and the girl whom they kidnapped tried to kill herself more than once. The hypothermic man explains to Barb that he needs to go to hospital. He then hands back her ring, which Barb had lost in the cabin. He tries to convince Barb that he isn't a bad person, so Barb lets him go to the hospital to see a doctor. The man leaves for the hospital but encounters his wife on the way. The purple lady becomes furious with her husband as he was supposed to be on the lake site. The man tries to tell her his compulsion that he desperately needs to see a doctor, but the purple lady doesn't seem to be bothered by this. She talks about some work that they have to do at any cost. Then, the man, shivering with cold, tells his wife that she needs to stop doing all this as nothing is going to work out. He further mentions a surgeon who has to treat the purple lady. Meanwhile, the lady starts bleeding again from her nose, proving the fact that she is going through a deadly disease which she wants to eliminate from her body at any rate. She then points her rifle at her man. Barb is seen pushing back her truck in the frozen lake. She then puts a rag into the gas tank and sets it on fire, blowing up her truck.
Stupid frickin'.
The smoke rises into the sky. She soon spots a pickup truck passing through the street, fully covered in snow. Barb stops the truck only to find two armed hunters getting out of it. She explains to them that she had to blow up her truck to grab their attention. She adds that she was attacked by one of the kidnappers, and that's why she is wounded. A lady kidnapper has kidnapped a girl and kept her in the cellar of her house. So the hunters let Barb get in the car and leave for the cabin of the purple lady. Despite Barb's repeated warning, the hunters cautiously get out of their truck, hoping to sort out this problem in a friendly way with the purple lady. Holding their rifles, both the ignoramus hunters gingerly advance toward the cabin, unaware that the brutal purple lady was already prepared to put them down forever.
You all right in there?
After killing both the disobedient hunters, the purple lady fires at the truck inside which Barb was sitting. Barb recovers her gun just in time, comes out of the truck and repeatedly fires at the purple lady. During the encounter, the purple lady is hit by a stray bullet in the leg. Making the most of the advantage, Barb runs to the rifle, but the purple lady starts firing at her, causing Barb to hide behind the truck. To her shock, Barb discovers that the demented purple lady has killed her husband before reaching the hospital. Terrified, Barb rushes to the cabin, but a board falls upon her, bringing the storyline to the past. Carl is seen sick, and Barb looks after him. She helped him reach the hall. Then, she became busy preparing breakfast for him. When Carl doesn't respond to her, Barb becomes anxious about him, forcing her to check on him. She is shattered when she realizes that Carl is sitting dead. Now the scene returns to the present, and we see Barb chained in the cellar with the other lady. Barb approaches the other girl and asks her name. The panicked girl says that she is Leah. Barb is impressed by the name, telling her that her husband was planning to choose this very name if they had a girl child. Following this, Leah informs Barb that there is a pin on the shelf using which they can free themselves. Barb tries to reach out to the pin, but it is too far to be reached out to. So she uses her shoes to drop the pin, but the pin doesn't move from its place, forcing Barb to ask Leah for her shoes too. Leah hands her shoes to Barb, making it easier for her to drop the pin. Barb unchains herself in the first place, then she frees Leah.
When was the last time someone helped John?
Afterward, They try to escape but find the doors locked. So Barb is forced to break through the back window, but sadly encounters the purple lady who forces her inside. After this, the scene shifts back in time, showing Carl making an unusual request to his wife. He asked Barb to scatter his ashes in Lake Hilda when he died. Carl gave her a roadmap to Lake Hilda, saying it is situated in the north. After this, the timeline shifts back to the present, showing Barb forcibly dragging the supplies to Lake Hilda, while Leah is tapped and handcuffed and heading to a tent. Barb and Leah enter the tent only to find it stuffed with medical equipment as if it were an operation room. The purple lady commands Barb to unload the stuff in an instant. Barb opens a box and finds a human liver inside another box. This leaves her shocked. However, she puts the box on the table. Thereafter, the purple lady orders Barb to put Leah on the table. Forced, Barb puts Leah on the table on her back. Afterward, the purple lady orders her to tape Leah around the table so that she may not escape. Following this, the purple lady shoots Barb, knocking her down. She then takes scissors and rips off Leah's clothes, preparing to do an operation on her. In the meantime, Barb gets back to her feet and lunges at the purple lady, knocking her down. However, the purple lady counters her attack and puts up a good fight. While fighting for life, the purple lady and Barb come outside the tent and both desperately try to grab the rifle. The purple lady manages to retrieve the rifle and fires at Barb, but fortunately the gun runs out of bullets. The purple lady picks up Barb's tin box containing Carl's ashes. However, upon finding ashes inside the box, the purple lady gives her back her box. Meanwhile, the tent catches fire, and Leah manages to free herself upon finding herself in a deadly situation. Outside, the purple lady drags Barb's to the fishing hole. Leah desperately rushes out of the tent, distracting the purple lady. Barb takes the advantage, knocking her down. She chains the purple lady and slips into the hole with her, drowning her. To save Barb, Leah rushes to the hole, but it is too late. Near the hole, Leah finds a photo of younger Barb with her husband Carl. Underwater, Barb takes out the tin box and scatters her husband Carl's ashes in the lake before she dies of drowning. Up there, Leah leaves while the tent is ablaze in the back. In the end, we see younger Barb and younger Carl enjoying the moments on the frozen Lake Hilda in 1982. They capture a photo of themselves, a souvenir which Barb always kept with her until she died.